And what I'm trying to do with this show is to give people the opportunity to explore their passions for all sorts of things, normal things, cooking, photography, sports, plants and animals, whatever it is they want to talk about,
Mm-hmm.
such that through the passion that they already feel, right, the language learning doesn't feel like work if they
Yeah,
try to find material that speaks to the things they genuinely like.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were saying to me earlier that you've also had this kind of immersive experience when you were learning German.
Yeah, definitely. So, this was back in 2011. That's when I started learning German, back in Mumbai, I must say.
Mumbai.
And it was quite fun because the first day was also a bit weird because you're learning a new language, you don't know how it sounds, you don't know the pronunciations. But the teacher out there was super, let's say, jolly. She made the class, let's say, get up, be a bit more active, also choose people to do certain tasks. And later on, we started to see us picking topics as per what, I don't know, sports that we liked, or maybe like, I don't know, cooking your favorite dish, or talking to a colleague at office regarding XYZ. And that's when we started to understand that, the smaller things really do matter. It's not that you need to only look at the books, look at the, grammar which is given in the books, and or listen to only videos that are given to you by XYZ people because they are professors. You need to
Hmm.
be more comfortable with understanding the language than being told how to learn the language. So once you see the, like, this is a fine edge, I would say, where you push yourself to understand better, but also you're not trying to overcomplicate things, saying that, hey, you know what, let me, for example, if I would try and start listening to someone who's supposed to listen to German tapes, which are like, say, eins, the C1 level, I would not understand anything at A1. So
I have taken particular notice of the wonderful resonance coming from all the way over there in India. Greetings from Berlin. And the preview you're hearing right now is actually that of an episode coming up, episode 45. I have made the effort to organize for you an extra special guest for this show. So if you've not subscribed for the show yet, please do so now. You do not want to miss it. Now, for those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Antonio Patterson, host and producer of this show. This is an independent podcast, and as I always say, the English Coach podcast takes my usual relaxed, accessible, human approach to your learning experience. And speaking of experiences, the things we talk about in the upcoming episode 45 include work experiences as a foreigner in Germany and or in Europe. Now, Aki is an Indian national and I am a Jamaican national. So, for any of you out there in India specifically who might be thinking of pursuing a career, whether it be in Germany or in Europe, you might find this episode in particular quite interesting to you. Is exactly what I'm trying to do with the show. I mean, quite frankly, I'm doing this show for my people,
mhm.
and I can say straight, if anybody is interested in like the strict formality, that's something they can pay for. This is where I relax, and teaching is something that I like to do. I give of myself, I give of my soul to the
Mhm.
show, and that is a very colorful thing. It's a very colorful undertaking. So we'll be
Yeah.
talking about all sorts of things. Anybody who knows the
I
show will
I
know.
agree. I agree. Actually, Ian, you brought a very interesting point to light because my mom's a teacher. She was a teacher, and she used to teach the primary section. And in the start, of course, when she just started to teach, it was quite difficult. She was like, "Oh my God, there's so many children. They're running around me. They're asking me questions." But later on, like, after getting a few years of experience, and she has over 12 years of experience, like, teaching children, it was so difficult to see my mom as a teacher because when I went to one of her school, like these fun fair events, I saw the children surround her and say, Miss, like, you need to come with me and play this game. And I never saw. I was like, I was feeling neglected being my mother's child.
Yes,
It was so weird,
I
but
understand that.
I saw the way let's say the children looked up to her, and she every day came home and she would tell me, like, today I taught in the class this, or today this child approached me and she said she's having XYZ situations in the house, and I treated her exactly like how I would treat you or your sister.
Yeah.
And that never really hit me, and I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. But then going through that phase and seeing how the children actually reacted to my mom, I was like, okay, there is something in here. And every day is a learning lesson. Everyone can be taught or can teach in some way, shape, or form. And all we need to do is keep our eyes open and keep our ears open.
Yeah, the empathy. It's very coincidental that you mentioned that, because my mother is also a teacher. I know
wow.
exactly what you're talking about. My father is also a trained teacher. They are no
Nice.
longer teaching now, but that experience you spoke of, I had in grade 6. And I remember also the feeling of being my mother's child in her own class, so to speak, and she had to share that attention, which at home was usually all mine. Then all of a sudden, I was in the class, and I just shared
That
it
is
all
like
the kids,
Out. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I don't know if you've seen the episodes.
Yes, of course
Oh my
I
God.
have, of course I have. But yeah, it's a wonderful thing. It's a calling. It's one of those, I call it one of those feel good kind of things that I've studied many things. Okay, Akshay.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
lucky school.
Okay, and I mean, I've studied many things, but I've still decided to follow this calling, because this is the kind of thing that makes me feel okay to sleep. I sleep okay at night, knowing that it's a giving thing. Some other things we talk about are, not just experiences living and working here in Germany and or in Europe, but we talk about learning the language. We talk about the new possibilities that remote work offers. And we talk about something that I like to call, something that I've been thinking about a lot these days, inspired by a very good friend of mine, Dr. Anya Wagner, way back there, I think about 4 years ago. The topic is digital identity. Now, digital identity is coming to the fore. I'm thinking about it quite a lot these days, because I've been making some hard decisions in terms of where I express myself digitally, how important it is, who I give my media to, and all of these things. What does it mean, this expression of self within what seems more and more to be a whole new world? Who owns that identity, and how do we articulate that identity? Now, of particular relevance for today, however, today is International Women's Day, and in the preview you just heard, we spoke about our mothers. Both of us are appreciative of the contributions our mothers have made to society and the contributions our mothers have made to our own lives. So, that was it. I hope you enjoyed the preview. I hope it sparked your curiosity. Again, you do not have to send us stars. You do not have to send us love letters. You do not have to send ratings or anything. What both of us want you to do is to share the show with a friend. If there's something you like, if you think there's someone who might find this interesting, maybe someone who is planning a career in Europe or something like that, someone making big plans to make this kind of career move, then it would probably be helpful to hear from someone who's gone through it. 2 people who've gone through it. We take a very positive twist on that kind of move, and we speak about the pluses and also some of the minuses of taking that kind of decision. We again take a very positive twist on some of the things that you have to definitely be mindful of. All right, so that was it. Stay tuned. Do not miss the show. You can find the website at www.englishcoachpodcast.com, and I am looking forward to hearing from you. For all my woman friends and colleagues out there, I want to take this opportunity as well to wish you happy International Women's Day. And on that token, again, looking forward to hearing from you, and Bye for now.